What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Abby if you are new. If you are new, I would love it if you take 1 second and go down below, click that subscribe button because all we got is good hair and good content over here. And if you are a returning subscriber, thank you guys so much for being here with me. I love you, you know it. I love y'all so much. I appreciate the support. It's amazing. Really, like I'm overwhelmed. If you've made it to this video, you've probably already seen my first video where I'm talking about everything that you need to know before you make the decision to move out, moving out the right way. If you haven't checked that video out, I would definitely suggest you go check that out now or after you've seen this video. That video has a lot of insight, a lot of good information on things that you should be doing before you decide to move out. So, without further ado, let's hop into today's video. Today's video is going to focus on things that you should know or tips and advice that you should take when you are on the search for your apartment. This is more aimed towards first-timers. I am a first-time adult, for lack of words. This is my first time living on my own. So I feel like because I'm still very fresh into this experience, I have some good information, some fresh information still that I would love to provide for you guys. Granted, disclaimer, your girl is not an expert, okay? I am not a apartment shopping guru or a move out guru, none of that stuff. But I do feel like there are a lot of people who can take on from what I've learned. So utilizing the platform that I do have, I wanna give you guys some good information. So my first tip, number one, before you even say, all right, cool, I'm ready to start apartment shopping, you must have your credit established. That is the number one thing to me. And that is because when you walk into these leasing offices and you're ready to sign a contract or, you know, sign an application to get an apartment, the first thing that they're going to do is look up your credit. Your credit is kind of like, they're looking at your debt to income ratio. They want to see how much you spend versus how much you make, how often you're paying on time, etc., etc. These are all factors that affect your credit and essentially kind of prove whether or not you know how to handle your money. You can do this by having a phone bill in your name, having your car in your name, having a credit card. You know, if you don't have any credit at all right now, I would definitely suggest working on that first. Or if you already have credit and it's not looking so good, you want to make sure you fix that. Your credit also determines how much your security deposit will possibly be. Now, this is not something that happens all the time, but it is a determining factor for a lot of apartment communities. Based on how good or bad your credit is, determines how large or small your deposit will be. So the next piece of advice that I have for you is to ensure that your budget meets the criteria that the apartment community is looking for. So let's say, for example, you're looking to move into this apartment. Typically what they look for is for your income to be 3 times the amount of the rent. So let's say, for example, your rent is $600. They're looking for your income to be at least $1,800 a month. So you want to make sure that your income meets the criteria, and you also want to make sure that you have your pay stubs or your proof of income ready. Because when you go into the leasing office, right, you think, okay, I wanna move in here, and you're gonna sign an application and that's it. But that's not how it works. You have to prove that 1, you make money, and 2, that you make enough money to be able to live there. So once you're able to do that, you'll be set. Typically, when applying for an apartment community, they require at least 3 to 6 pay stubs to prove your income. But if you don't have pay stubs, let's say you're not a person who works a 9 to 5, they just need some sort of proof of income. So this can be your taxes or any other documentation that you can have that can prove that you make enough money to support yourself and live alone. Another thing that caught me by surprise that you don't typically know about when you're moving into these apartments is all of the fees that there are. You go into this leasing office, right? The first thing they're gonna tell you is that there is an application fee. And this can range from $25 to $100. Sometimes you even have an admin fee, which also ranges. And then you have different fees that apply to you depending on your situation. So let's say, for example, the apartment community that you're looking into has valet trash, right? This can fluctuate. It can be maybe $30 a month, it can be $40 a month, and this is just basically them picking up your garbage at your door once a week or twice a week or so that you won't have to walk to the dumpster or anything like that. But because it's an amenity or it's a feature that they have, they charge you for it. Some communities charge you for an extra parking space. There are pet fees, right? There are so many different types of fees that can come about when you're going into these communities that you want to make sure you are aware of, okay? I did not know that all of these fees would come about. I mean, granted, I don't have a pet or anything, but I didn't know that I had to pay for so many extra side things when I was going to apply for my apartment. So that's some good information to know. Be prepared for those miscellaneous things that are gonna pop up when it comes to money, okay? And then my last and final tip would just be to know what you want and tour as many apartments as you need to make sure that it is actually meeting your needs. If you know that you want a big tub, then make sure that you're touring these apartments to get your big tub. If you know for a fact that you want to be able to have a pool as an amenity, a gym, a clubhouse, maybe a park, these are all things that you should have an idea of what you want, so that when you're going into these communities and you're touring around, they're telling you everything that they have, you can say, okay, cool, this one meets my needs, right? And always, 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 always tour the apartment that they are offering you before you sign any paperwork. Once you sign that paperwork, you're stuck, you know? You are responsible for anything within that time frame. But if you can get rid of those issues prior to signing that paperwork, you'll be good. I would also suggest to verify what things are included in your apartment. A lot of communities offer things like Wi-Fi included, water included. Definitely look into different things that you can have included in your rent. So yeah, guys, this brings us to the end of today's video. I really hope these tips and these pieces of advice were very helpful for you guys. These are things that I kind of paid attention to and I learned along the way. So hopefully this alleviates the process for you as you go on into your journey of adulthood. If you guys have any follow-up questions or anything like that, please be sure to go down in the comments and comment your question. And make sure you like if this video was helpful, subscribe so you can see more. And of course, I will see you guys in my next one.